We typically try to avoid the mud, but in this video, we are going to get muddy.
This is bad!
Hard to believe we're already well into summer, and that means it's getting hot down low. Our plan is to try to get up to the high country as much as we can for the rest of summer. So we're going to start that off today by taking you all up and showing you one of our favorite places to go really close to where we live. Now that place is called Buckhorn Lakes Park. Anyway, it's really close to Montrose and you can zip up there really quick, get up in the high country, has some awesome lakes for fishing, has some great places for camping. It's one of our favorite places to go that's nearby town that we don't have to like load up and trailer and go to. Our plan for the rest of summer is to try to get out to as many different places as we can and feature as many different trails as we can. Now, the tough part about that is there's been still snow blocking some of our favorite trails, but they're starting to open up. So we're planning on getting up there. All right, you ready, Maddie?
Yep.
Let's go.
Hey, Mom.
You ready over there?
We are. Yeah, that's way too high.
All right, here we go.
There is no better way to beat the summer heat than a cool drive in the mountains. Located outside of Montrose, Colorado, Buckhorn Lakes Park is owned by the city of Montrose and is located next to Bureau of Land Management and private land.
Well, it's drizzling just a little bit. The rain's holding off, but man, it's really nice up here. With all this rain, everything's super green and there's wildflowers everywhere. Now, this first spot we're gonna pull over is a really cool overlook that overlooks the whole valley.
You know, Dad, they should make a zip line from the power line down to the bottom.
You want them to make a zip line from all the way up here down into town?
Yep.
That'd be super cool. Look at how far that would be. You can see forever up here. All right, this is where it starts getting really nice. You got these big mountains right here, and right down in the saddle of these mountains are two really cool lakes. We're gonna stop at the first one. Well, here's the first lake, and the rain decided to pick up, but I mean, that's what happens in the mountains. I'd rather have the rain than all the smoke and fire restrictions all summer, so I can live with rain. What do you think, Maddie? Can get a little wet?
Just a little.
Just a little. All right, so this is why we bring our raincoats, because it's the mountains and you never know when it's gonna rain. We're gonna let Maddie do a little bit of driving. Emily's driving the four-seater, so I can jump out and get some video. We'll get some shots, huh?
Yep.
You having fun driving that? You haven't got to drive it much since Hammers, huh?
Yeah, it's really pretty out here.
It is. It's nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's very green.
We need to get up here more. What's our problem?
Maddie has been getting much more comfortable driving the new Maverick. These girls are not used to driving in the mud. Let's see how they do.
We'll see how deep this is. Just go into it slow. See how deep it is. That's not even that deep. Look at that. That's not even deep. Now this next one could be deep. Drop in real slow. That wasn't too bad there. The good thing is the bottom is hard, so it's not like you have to hit these with speed. You can crawl right through.
The four-seat side-by-side has much lower ground clearance. Side-by-sides are much lighter than a typical 4x4 vehicle. They float over the mud much better.
Well, the rain won't kill us, the lightning will. Heard a little crash up above us. And that's the one thing about being in the mountains in the summer that always makes me nervous. It's like that lightning. Good thing is there's lots of taller trees than us all over the place, and probably the safest place to be is in the side-by-side. But this rain's just coming down. We don't usually have muddy trails around here, but it's just been one of those years. But this just doesn't stop raining every single day. Mud holes and rain everywhere.
We're preparing ourselves for Alaska.
Getting ready to go back up to Alaska, huh, Ems?
Yeah. Yep.
This is a regular day up there.
Every time we're up here, I remember puddles.
These big puddles that start this trail, yep. I actually thought these puddles were a little bit deeper from what I remember, but they haven't been too bad, and the bottom of them's hard. So we're trying to tread lightly, you know, not spin up mud or anything, just crawl through this stuff. There's a couple of these little side trails up here that are kind of fun to go explore and drive around on. It's gonna clear up. There's a little bit of blue sky up there. All right, Maddie, now we're gonna go back in the woods a little bit. There's a little bit of blue sky, and then the rain starts picking up again. So we'll go right up in here. Yeah. That rain is coming down now. The nice thing about these side-by-sides is when you have a rock sticking up in the trail, you drive right over them because you don't have to worry about your diff like you do with a Jeep or something with the lower hanging axle. It's almost like having portals or something. Yeah, I got a tree hanging over and then blue sky. Now one thing is, because of all the rain we've been getting, the forests up here are so healthy. They're so green, everything's like really green, and we don't have to worry about all the fire danger. But this has probably been one of the rainiest summers, or Junes I should say, I've ever seen since I lived in Colorado. It's been, what, about around 14 or 15 years. It was a couple years ago I made a video on this place, and there were some bears. There was a sow and a bunch of cubs running along this cliff face, and so I don't know, it's just a reminder that there are a lot of bears up in this area, and not a lot of people come up here. So we're getting ready to head up to Alaska here in a couple weeks, and this is perfect prep for Alaska. Mud and mosquitoes. That's like, you getting the mosquito spray on there, Maddie?
Okay.
Get lots of that stuff. Look, you can see them flying everywhere. But that's what happens when you got a nice forest like this with lots of rain. You're gonna have bugs. That's okay. Was that fun, Ems?
Yeah.
You like driving through the mud?
Yeah.
Haven't got much practice at the mud, huh?
It's very wet.
Some of that mud was as deep as the bottom of the side-by-side. I thought it was gonna start coming up, the water is gonna start coming up through your floorboards, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't set anything on the floor because it'll get wet. That's what's so nice about this place. We just drove up from our house, didn't have to trailer anywhere, and we get up to these awesome mountains. And no one else is up here. You pretty much get the place to yourself. So a lot of our videos recently have more focused on rock crawling and more of the dry desert places. But when you're talking about getting down in those valleys, 97, 98 degrees, sitting in a rock crawler, it just gets to be too hot for me. And that's when we like to escape up to the mountain. And so for the rest of the summer, really want to try to focus on getting up to the mountains more and highlighting some of the amazing places up in these mountains. Because ultimately, I just like general off-road. I like not just rock crawling. And just being outside, being outdoors, seeing this sort of stuff is really what our main goal is. So it's nice we got the Maverick R out today. Prior to this, we had only put 50 miles on that thing, and we've had it for like 4 months now. I'm like, we got to get out and start using this thing some more because I love it. It's super fun to drive. And we got our Maverick X3, and that one we reinforced the cage on. We had built a cage for it originally, and then reinforced it last winter so Emily could race it in King of the Hammers. And so we put like rear LED light bar, all that kind of stuff on it, horn, and just all the stuff that you need for safety stuff. So this winter, this fall probably, going to start going through this one, build a new cage for it, and put all that kind of stuff. So if we wanted to race it, we can race it. So that's going to be some stuff that's coming up this fall. Hoping to get back in the garage and make some more garage videos. We've just been too busy, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of our summer and get out and hit the trails while things are nice. Little picnic up here in the mountains, huh?
Yeah.
The kids having fun?
Muddy fun.
Muddy fun? It's good to get a little mud on the tires, isn't it?
Wet.
You kids aren't used to mud riding.
No,
Your
not
Alaska cousins are going to think you guys are little whiny babies about little mud.
I know, all this dry dustiness. You gotta get some mud. This Blackstone grill has been awesome for this sort of thing.
My new favorite grill.
Why don't you want to go camping up here, Liz?
Because there's bears. I mean, I just want a rooftop tent.
You grew up in Alaska.
No? There's bears everywhere.
Yeah, there's bears everywhere.
That doesn't make you more proficient at not getting eaten by a bear.
Mom, you had a stick roof. Why don't you do what ball I did? Just a little can. Put like a string of cans around.
I tell Dad what Bala used to do in Alaska.
What'd she used to do?
She used to put cans on a string, so if a bear were to knock into the cans, she would be alerted.
That's a good idea, huh? How are these mosquitoes, Maddie?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Look at that. I can see one flying. How are the mosquitoes, Ems?
Horrible.
Horrible?
Keep me alive.
Well, Ruby's not bothered by them. Look at them. I can catch them flying on the camera everywhere. It's just mosquitoes.
Yeah, me too.
You better get used to it. Yep, through the tight trees. Man, I love forests like this with these huge trees. It's so awesome just being up in the high country. That's like what I prefer. I don't like hot weather. I would rather deal with rain and green than like the hot 100-degree deserts any day of the week.
One thing you cannot control is the weather. We just need to accept whatever comes our way.
Uh-oh.
I think these kids are starting to like these muddy trails.
Keep going, like 20 feet.
Of course I want to make a splash. It's fun. That was so refreshing.
Did you two get all muddy? Oh, look at that. And you got Ruby all muddy? That's okay, huh?
That fun?
Was it fun though? Yeah, you should have seen the splash. Look at this. these lakes are really high right now, so you kind of drive through part of the lake to go around the side, and some of the regular trails are all filled with water. Ems has been splashing through those puddles, Maddie. She's having fun. Now this is another place, there's some great camp spots back in here for like tent camping and stuff. And we always intend to come up here, like let's just take a tent up here, camp for the night, but we never seem to do it. We just get too busy. It's so muddy back here, I can barely walk. Just wanted to get a video of Maddie driving through this mud. This is so muddy and sloppy back here that it's hard just to walk back here. All right, good job. Maddie, you can pull over right up. How about that mud, Maddie?
Pretty fun.
Is it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Ems, looks like someone's having a little too much fun splashing in that mud.
Yep.
You had a wave that was this, I mean, it was up like this. It was like big splash over there.
Em soaked us. Soaked us.
Yeah, you're not soaking me. You can when I get out, but then you'll soak my seat. Then I got to get back in. All right, we are behind Lake 2 right now. Side by side, a little muddy. Emily's been making some splashes. But the amazing thing is, here it is, almost midsummer, a Sunday afternoon, and there's one other group up here. I don't know what it is, but it's been nice, but everywhere we've gone this year, it just hasn't been very busy. And there's one group camping over on the other side and somebody out on a kayak, but this place can get kind of busy because it's close to town sometimes, but it's just empty. So nice. You got the lake. Got the mountains right up there. There's still little snow patches up there and just peacefulness.
Bobby, you know what else is weird?
Huh.
I have never seen the lake this high before.
Oh, that lake's high, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's up to the road.
It floated.
It's like, I think it's never been this high, ever.
And that may like scare people off around that back, driving through the water. I remember the first time we ever came up here, the water was high like that, and we didn't want to drive through it because we didn't know how deep it was. I think the first time ever.
Through it then.
Walk through it then. We weren't that prepared. That's a good idea though.
You know what,
Use
when
a
we were
stick.
kids and had to go through it, Uncle Paul and Uncle Abe, they used to sit on the hood with the stick and then poke to see how deep it was, and then you go a little bit further forward and then it would poke again just to get through something.
That's another way of doing
You
it,
have to
huh?
cross like a river or something, they were like poking the stick because you couldn't see anything.
Well, we started with rain and the sky cleared up, and now the second round storm is coming in. Thunder's crashing up there. I tell you what, the weather people have been so far off this year. Every day that they have not predicted any of this, and we've had like record rain and crazy flooding. But it's good that we're getting this. It's just the weather people are really not very accurate.
Can I splash through it like that?
I guess. Faster.
Faster?
Yeah, faster. There you go. Keep going. Well, it's raining out over there, so.
At least it's not on us.
Yeah, well, at least it's not on us. Hopefully we get to the bottom of the valley before it starts coming down on us. We've already gotten wet once today, so it's no big deal. Oh well.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it home before the rain. There's a big storm right over there. Unfortunately, it looks like we're driving right into it. Ah, here comes the rain. They're like big, cold, icy raindrops, huh, Maddie?
Yeah.
Ah, they're like balls of ice.
Oh man, I knew we'd get caught in it bad at one point, but here we go. We didn't make it back in time. Oh man, that's cold. Look at this. Oh, it's so cold. Oh man. Holy shit, we're getting hailed on. Oh my god. This is bad. Oh, I'm so. Maddie, you okay?
Yeah, this is exactly which kind of windshield.
Oh my gosh. That hurt. That actually hurt. Lydia's still behind us.
I had to drive like this. With my sunglasses down, it was so, the hail in my face was so bad.
That hail hurt.
That hurt bad.
It actually like
It
hurt.
stunk.
Like, and I couldn't see it. And then there was a car coming around the
This
corner.
is what I did.
That was
was
bad.
bad.
That was bad. Oh my gosh. At least we made it back.